1. I think we're live.
Nice. Another week.
Hell yeah. We're supposed to say hi yet?
I'm pretty
Live?
sure it kept our beginning part. Look here.
What does that mean? Do we have an intro? Is there an intro video?
No, I've been thinking about making an intro or like finding like a song or something.
Yeah. I see a lot of shows have this little song intro.
Yeah.
Starfish.
I'm going to be honest, like, I mean, you guys kind of know. I do a couple other things. I stream on Twitch, I'm on another podcast. I work full time. Sometimes like it just, I don't know. Just kind of run out of time. I feel like we like do an episode, do a couple things. This weekend we watch some football, and then like we're back,
We're back, yeah.
Like I got to work today, and to be honest with you guys, when I was like before I started prepping, one of my homeboys at work, he was like, "Don't you have your show today?" I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh, usually you like make the like agenda like by now." I'm like, "You're right." It was like noon. All right, bro.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. So welcome back. Another week, episode 4 of Quick Slants Football Show. I am your host, Devin. We got also green sweater guy below me, Ben.
It's a short sleeve shirt.
It looked like a sweater with your hands
I was like
down.
holding my arm.
Yeah, I couldn't see your skin though, so it kind of looked like a sweater. And then speaking of sweaters, we got my boy Ryan.
Hey,
Hey, Ryan. Hey boys, how's it going?
Hi.
Big week of football. Big week of football. I know we say that every week, but I don't know. I felt like the games this week were like, things are starting to heat up, Games are like, people are hitting, like schemes are coming out, matchups, people are coming back from injury, going on injury, people are emerging, people you thought were good aren't good. Obviously it's a little bit early here, but a lot of things are kind of coming to the limelight, if you will. So I do want to start kind of like what we always do. I do want to break down yesterday's game. That's the most fresh kind of topic in everybody's head. So we had the Monday Night Football game, the Rams versus the 49ers. Okay, I'm going to be honest, I didn't watch as much of this game, but I watched a lot of highlights kind of after. San Francisco taking the dub 24-9. Big win for San Francisco. Big win. Obviously a home game, but I think the more storyline here, which you guys can kind of comment on this, I don't know if it's so much San Francisco winning or the Rams kind of blowing it, looking bad. Ryan, do you watch the game? What was your like takeaway?
Honestly, the first drive, they're like driving down the field and it looks really good, and it just like stalled out. And it felt like every possession just felt like that. Like they would have a couple good plays, and then they would like, have like a bad first down, and then they'd run for like 3 yards on second down, and then be 3rd and 7.
Yeah.
And then Stafford would get sacked or throw a bad ball, or just someone would drop it, and it's just like it just kept happening. Man,
Yeah.
it just
Kept forcing it to Cooper Kupp and just over and over and over, like 2-3 downs in a row. Like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And they were just, he got sacked, had these stats up, I don't know.
It
felt like every
sacked
third down.
It was like 5 or 6 times. Like,
Yeah, 5 maybe, yeah.
Like Bosa had like 2. Like he was constantly under pressure.
I will say
it was not great.
I will say one of my first lines here. I will say you're dropping back 50 times a game. You're bound to get sacked 5 times.
Because they don't have a run game. They don't have any running backs.
That
Cam Akers is not good.
That's what I'm confused about, bro. Obviously more of a fantasy side of things, but like you had Cam Akers. I thought Darrell Henderson was a good running back coming into this year. I've been a big Darrell Henderson fan. Who else did they sign? Sonny Michel, right? They trade for him?
Yeah.
But then
Brandon
they got
Powell is the only other guy that got a rush.
Powell.
Stafford.
What happened, man? Like,
I'm telling you, look, same reason he got pressured is the same reason they can't run the ball. They don't have an offensive line. I mean, the running backs are okay if you can, block. Without that, you're done.
Fair. Would you agree with that, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, I just felt like and a lot of times, whether it was Henderson or Akers, it seems like they were getting hit behind the line. It's like maybe make a move and get a couple more yards.
Yeah, you got to have like an
their
elite running back, right? Yeah, if you're trying to win like that, you got to have somebody who's like a dog. If you don't, like most people,
don't have Derrick Henry, like you got Cam Akers
you gotta
and Darrell Henderson. It's a big drop.
I will say it did feel, and I know I'm a little PTSD a little bit here. It felt like a Lions game. It felt like very much like a Lions game where
an old Lions game.
Like an old Lions game, like Stafford's like chucking he's trying, bro. They can't run the ball. Their defense is playing not the worst, but not good. Like can't get anything. Like you said, he's getting hit before he can even throw. Even the passes he's getting out, he's getting pummeled. Yeah. It just kind of felt like one of those games for them. I will say too, overall, and I don't have like everything pulled up here, like stat wise for tackles and yards and where these guys rank, but just like my raw gut feeling and just like watching tape, I feel like the Rams defense is like really letting the team down for like the ball players and like stars they have. I have a couple people here, obviously like Bobby Wagner, a little bit older here, but Aaron Donald, Floyd, Ramsey, a lot of these like household names, and I feel like when I watch these guys, like I'm like, man, how are you guys getting thrashed like this? Like, am I crazy on that, or?
I did see defense. I don't know through fantasy that they have the number one rush defense.
Number one rush defense, okay.
And I mean, Bobby Wagner had 10 tackles.
Yeah, he was kind of popping. He had
he literally has the most tackles every season for the last 10 years. So, I mean, you just can't lose with him. He also tackled a dude streaking on the field. So
sure, I was about to say he had a key tackle on the night when he tackled that guy. I don't think he was streaking, but what did that guy's shirt say? It was like protest for something.
Right to revive.com or something like that. Right?
No, it was
rescue. It was
like
right
pink
to rescue.
Shirt. For anybody that did not see the clip, this guy, I don't know which quarter it was, but he ran on the field and he was running for a minute, right? Like he was running around and nobody could tackle him. Or was there two people?
There was someone that looked like they blew out their ACL.
I saw that. The guy was like running and he like stepped and his leg like bowed and then he went to go take another step and just like was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Just, like collapsed, bro. And like I saw like people were trying to tackle him and there was like I was watching somebody, they like analyzed the was it Jeff Schwartz maybe? I don't know who it was, but somebody on Twitter, they like took their like pen and they were like following along and they were like, my man's got to take a pursuit angle here, and like if he would have taken the 2-yard advantage, like he would have got the guy. And it's like this old security guard like had no business chasing around a guy on the football field, all of a sudden, right, he's dodging, blah 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 blah. You look over and another Rams player kind of steps out and kind of hits him, and then Bobby Wagner comes out of nowhere and just shoulder checks him, drops my man. I mean, honestly, you're getting kicked out and you're probably spending the night in jail and you're going to pay a lot of money and fines and shit. But, I mean, we're talking about it and a lot of people talked about it, so.
Sure. Okay. Get it done.
I just can't imagine, like, jumping on field like that. That'd be intense, man. I don't think I can handle that mentally. I think I would talk myself out of it before I even did it. I'd be like, dude, you're not going to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was a good hit regardless. But unfortunately, there wasn't enough hitting because, like I mentioned, the Rams did lose that game. Jimmy G, though, on the other side of the ball, looking not half bad, game manager style, but it kind of begs the question in my head, right? So the 49ers clearly they planned their flag that they want Trey Lance, right?
No.
I think, You don't think so?
Not anymore.
Wow. You think they
That ship has sailed. He's gonna have to show up next year. I think that Jimmy's gonna stay around. He might sign a 1-year contract.
Yeah, but don't you
or
think
they might sign him in the offseason. If he wins, if they like
they won last year,
Super
right?
Bowl and they or if they win and get it to the NFC Championship, they go to the Super Bowl, let alone win the Super Bowl, staying in town. Like that's it.
You agree with that, Ryan? You
Trey
think
Lance would have to beat him in camp, beat him? And
I thought it was Trey Lance's job.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only way is he goes to the Super. He has to make the Super Bowl. If he makes the Super Bowl, I could see a situation where he's there. But I mean, last year he made the NFC Championship game, and they're gonna.
That's what I'm saying. They made the NFC Championship, and they still said Trey Lance is the guy. That's my point.
I think it's.
But he's how many years in the league now?
I don't know if
2, 3. He'll be 3. Never played. Still, he's got 18 games under his belt.
He got hurt, man. I don't think they're gonna take this year. They're not gonna blame him for this year, bro. Got hurt.
Dude, you look at who he is. You look at what it is, man. You have a running quarterback that gets injured and can't play and can't throw the ball. I don't know, Doc.
My question is, why can't you keep Trey Lance, do the same plays you're doing Jimmy G, but just have the flexibility of Trey Lance?
Right, but they have up to a 5th-year option. He's going into year 3 next year, right? So
they didn't do that.
He will stay around.
But they didn't do.
Jimmy G will. If he makes the playoffs, dude, I still think they'll probably keep him around.
I don't know.
I just wouldn't want to if I was Jimmy G. I'd want to leave personally. But
I kind of would want to too. I would kind of be like, yo.
I would. And he's not a 1-year deal. They literally were trying to get rid of him. I would want to just.
That's what I'm saying.
Whoever and just go play for Tampa and just chill out.
Yeah, end up with the Giants.
So that was going to be my question, boys. Jimmy G, okay. Do you think Jimmy G, I said starting next year, I think the answer is yeah. But more the question, where do you think Jimmy G starts next year? Based on what you know right now. The Giants, really?
Yeah.
Wow. I kind of disagree with that, but Ryan?
Yeah, I think Tampa's a good one, honestly. Tampa or maybe the Colts. The Colts try to rerun what they're doing
again. Another
washed up. Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan, Jimmy G.
Sneak one Commanders, maybe. I know they were gonna get him or something, but then he couldn't go there.
Something happened.
What about Carson, bro? They picked up his contract and stuff.
No, they picked up him when they couldn't get Jimmy G. That's what he's saying.
I mean, I don't know if they could get rid of Carson. Probably not. He might have another year where he's owed money, but
yeah.
That is true. But, so I have a quick other note. We don't have to talk about this too much, but Jeffrey Wilson guy, I think he's been a 6-year pro or 5-year pro. Looking pretty good with the 49ers. I do want to kind of shout him out. I thought he's commanding the field well. He's not having huge games and a bunch of yards, but I mean, if you look at his stats, I mean, he's had 70-something yards, 80-something yards, another 60-yard game. He's kind of doing his thing. So I do want to give a quick shout out to him, kind of stepping up, and when the opportunity arose, he's kind of feeling it. So, so I do want to talk about some other games. I feel like we do tend to talk about the Monday night game a little bit more. So, other games of note, week 2 that I thought were interesting, if you will. First one we're going to start here with New York Jets going on the road to Pittsburgh Steelers, picking up the win 24-20. Jets 2-2 on the season. Zach Wilson first game back. Pittsburgh 1-3. Obviously made the change at QB here. Ryan, what was your takeaways from that game? Did you feel like the Jets kind of won that shit, or do you feel like the Steelers just the Steelers,
Honestly, I do feel like Zach Wilson won the game, but at the same time, I mean, Pickett threw 3 picks.
God damn it.
Zach Wilson threw 2, Pickett threw 3, and then Mitch threw an interception too. So you're not going to win a game throwing 4 interceptions for your QBs. Trust me, I've tried in Madden. It's hard.
Yeah,
it don't work.
Close,
It don't work.
Yeah. So they
I've tried.
I've tried down 4.
I feel like they lost the game, but at the same time, Zach Wilson looked okay? Question mark.
Caught a touchdown.
He did catch a
Hands.
touchdown. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he
We all know
I don't
about
know.
Zach Wilson, so
I feel like he's one of those people that, like, I don't know. He's like kind of mediocre and not in a bad way, in a sense, like he'll win you some games. He's got a cannon. He can run.
he's got a cannon.
He can move the pocket a little bit.
I mean, Joe Flacco proved it, bro. Like, you can win with a cannon for a while. And if you can get like a little bit of a team around them, they can stumble onto a team, like get a wide receiver next year.
Shout out Joe fucking Flacco.
Have sort of a Bengals push. Like, he might, you never know.
True. But so, quick question with that on the Steelers side of things. Do you think the switch with Kenny Pickett was too early? Or do you think, like, let him throw him, like, that's what they did. They threw him to the wolves and threw 3 picks. Now Kenny Pickett's like, fuck, I just threw 3 picks my first game. Do you think that's a bad move?
I don't.
No?
No. Actually, if I watched a lot of that game because it was like my last leg in a parlay. I needed the Steelers to win. But
Yikes.
Yes.
But dude, he threw one ball to Chase Claypool, who Chase caught the ball, and then the dude just took it from him.
Yeah, Chase had no catches that game.
He should have had one, but he gave the ball to the wrong team. Cool. And then there's another one. It was like he just threw it up into like the end zone and it got picked off. So it's like 2 of those interceptions were kind of like, I mean, they're your fault, but they're like,
you think
like a punt.
Let me ask you this, because I didn't watch a ton of the game. Do you think Kenny Pickett was like making the throws he needed to, like on those out routes, like those like 10, 15 yard out routes, like cross field? Was he making those throws, or the ball, was he throwing ducks? Like, did he look good?
He looked all right. I thought he looked good. He made like some good decisions. They didn't really put him in a lot of those positions to have to make those tough throws, though.
Which makes sense, right?
Like yeah, for sure. I think they're giving him some easy stuff. I want to see like a full week of prep, how he does. Next week will be like a big week. I don't know.
Did they confirm he's starting?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play him in fantasy. I'm one of those people that have the Mitch and Kenny Pickett combo Dynasty League. You're playing
Matt Ryan Thursday. Don't lie, dude.
I mean, I have to play Matt Ryan and Kenny Pickett this week because Mac Jones is dead.
The dream team.
The fucking dream team. Moving on to another game. I do want to give these guys a tiny bit of credit because I feel like we've been roasting them quite a bit, or I have. But Denver Broncos went on the road to take on Las Vegas Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders picking up finally their first win of the year. Shout out Raiders. I'm sure Raiders fans, you guys are happy. You guys finally won a game, but it's the Broncos, bro. I'm going to be honest. My note here says Broncos are in shambles, period, or comma, but Broncos are in shambles. Javonte Williams out the year. Obviously, a lot of bright spots. People kind of liking him. Melvin Gordon, now they're going to have to lean on him a little bit and probably run more of a stable type thing, but
fumble it quite a bit more.
Probably
4 fumbles.
But dude, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Denver Broncos are kind of moving, and I know a lot of people are putting them in there because of the whole Russell Wilson, how much money. Denver Broncos are quickly moving down on my power rankings. Like, pretty obvious statement, but they're like surprisingly down there, you know? Like, I know you guys are rebuilding in your young team, whatever, yada, yada, yada.
They're not rebuilding. They have Russell Wilson. They're not rebuilding.
That's what I'm saying, bro. But they're like, oh, we got a lot of core young pieces, man.
No, if I can't call a game, bro.
I've been reading Denver Twitter lately, and they're not happy. I can tell you that. They're not happy.
Coach is trying to get his ass fired
already.
Yeah, dude. Won like every game. No, they suck.
But like I said, I did want to talk about this game more on congrats to the Raiders for finally buckling down and winning the game. But Denver Bronco fans, I don't want to say I feel your pain because my pain's worse than your pain, but yeah, it is what it is. So good luck to you guys for the rest of the year. Next game, Chicago Bears taking on New York Giants. I'm not gonna lie, Giants are one of those teams I'm kind of rooting for this year. I know, Ryan, you're a Cowboys fan, like we talk about every episode here, but I kind of like this team this year, man. I'm a big Saquon Barkley fan. I thought a lot of people were doubting him after the injury last year, and he popped the fuck off last week, and I think all year's been playing well. What do you guys think? You guys obviously Saquon fans, Ben?
I mean, Saquon's a beast, but they don't have a quarterback anymore.
You don't think Daniel Jones can get it done?
I think he might be able to, but he's hurt.
Okay, so then they played, what's his name?
Tyrod Taylor came in and got a concussion.
And then threw a pick, right? I think he threw an interception.
Not in that order, but I hope not that order. But
with the NFL.
Yeah, who knows?
I hope he threw the pick, then came in, got the concussion. They didn't come back out, threw a pick.
At least threw a pick on the play that he got the concussion.
Dude,
at least, yeah.
Quick note on concussions while I remember, and I don't have this in the sheet, but
not great.
Did you guys see the doctor? I don't know his name because I wasn't planning on talking about it, but there's the doctor that Will Smith played in the movie that like he was the one that like discovered CTE and you see that he said that like Tua's gonna have like severe permanent brain damage from that hit. Yeah, he was like, he needs to retire. Yeah. Like, that's not good, dude.
Cool.
A good spot for Jimmy G.
Miami, bro?
Just kidding, bro. He would look good in Miami, though. He's got the tan.
That'd be clean. That'd be clean, but really wild. So I really hope the best for Tua, and I hope that's not the case, but
I'm sure he won't, and I'm sure hopefully he's all right.
But going back to the Giants and Bears game, one of the notes that I do want to kind of talk about on the Saquon Barkley topic, do people throw away running backs too quickly? And the other person I'm going to throw in there, and we talked about it a couple weeks ago, Zeke Elliott. There's a lot of these running backs that I feel personally, my take on it, and I'd be curious to hear what you guys think, is that people are always looking for the next guy, no matter what. Any position, especially running back. But there's people that do a good job, know the playbook, can pass block, can catch, can get you yards, but never get the chance because the young guy from Oklahoma State or Colorado or whoever comes in and steals your job. You know? You guys agree with that, or am I kind of old man boomer?
I think it's like a fear, bro, especially in fantasy. I think it's like a fear because you see like the Todd Gurley have like the year of his life, and then the next year he's gone. It's like he's just doesn't have it. I think it's just that fear, like the David Johnson. I mean, he played like a couple years, but he was so good, and then he was just gone. And I think everyone has this fear of holding.
Do you think he got washed out, or like because he couldn't play, or just because he?
Everybody blows the tires off. You know what I'm saying? Like they just that year that they have that blowout year, it's kind of it. They kind of push it to the limit. You know what I mean? Until like to beat that, it's hard, and that's why there's very few people that do that. Like Chubb, I can't imagine Chubb is going to produce for very much longer.
I don't like that.
He's one of those guys.
Okay, Boomer.
He gets a lot of wear, man. He gets a lot of wear. And
I don't like that though.
Maybe you never know. He could be a fucking Hall of Famer. You never know, but you know, there's a lot of those guys that just never get it.
That's fair.
Don't play that long.
Yeah, it's like Dalvin Cook. I have him on my fantasy team. I could see him being completely irrelevant in like 2 years.
I mean, Melvin Gordon was like a fantasy superstar for like 3 or 4 years.
Goes quick, man. Goes quick.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I definitely agree with that. I just think like someone like Saquon, like he had 1 year that he didn't play, and I thought people were already moving on. The only reason I think people like really fully didn't like throw him away, one, tiny bit younger, and two, the Giants believed in him. They didn't bring in somebody else to like even really compete with him. You know, they were like, they're like, no, Saquon's our guy. Like we're not worried. You know, and I feel like a lot of these other teams draft a guy or maybe pick up somebody or whatever, trade for somebody. I mean, even look at, we talked about it earlier, the Rams. You know, like. They seem to just running back hop and hope for the best. And
49ers too.
Yeah,
like
and they got unlucky.
Years.
Yeah, and they get a guy that Mostert and
blew up. Yeah,
I mean, yeah, there are a bunch of people.
Elijah Mitchell. Yeah, I mean, it's just. I think that's just the way of the road right now. I think that's just what teams do, and I think
bodies at it,
people react to it. They're not drafting running backs high. I mean,
I guess like that's where I say like, am I a boomer? Because like I kind of remember the old days of like just running the ball, man.
Bell cows,
Your bell cow, and you had like a guy.
Yeah, you're definitely a boomer when it comes to that. That's not. I don't think
Adrian Peterson. Yeah, no.
I feel like because I guess my point is because the league isn't like what you said, Ryan.
Touchdown machine.
Yeah, he was. Dude, Priest Holmes, man. I used to have a poster of him.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, LaDainian Tomlinson. I mean,
LaDainian Tomlinson was a G.
You can name him, bro. But
Just did.
Yeah, there you go. But so like the point I'm trying to make is like I think Ryan, like I agree, like the league isn't that anymore. I feel like if you built your team around that like super thing, and Cowboys kind of did that for a second, right? Drafted all first round picks were all linemen. And they were like, we're gonna pound it with Zeke. They need to win a little bit more, you know, during that, and I'm sure they wanted to capitalize on like that time, but I thought they were like probably the closest we've seen recently to hit on that. But I feel like if a team really, really, really does that and hits on it well, I think they're gonna like do some damage, you know?
I mean, like think about the Titans. The Titans have
that's another one.
And like they've been very successful.
Yeah.
There's a few teams that are like that. I mean, the Lions want to be, but can't play defense. So
I mean, yeah, that's shout out Jamal Williams though, still stepping up and doing his thing.
100 yards, 2 touchdowns, man.
He tried, man. He tried. I can tell you that. I
remember the days of when we threw 400 yards and 4 touchdowns and had 25 rushing yards and lost by 14 points.
Okay. Well,
it's nice that we have a running back. That's all I'm saying.
Couple, yeah, for you actually. Anyways, one thing I do want to throw out there as well, kind of quick note talking about other games. Not really a surprise here, but throw a little shade. Ben, I know you're kind of down in that area a little bit. Texans, bro. Only team with 0 wins. They do have a tie.
Oh, yeah.
They do have a tie, so I'll give them a little bit of credit.
Oh, yeah.
But they're the only team that has not won a game. What the fuck, Texans? I feel like they've always been bad. Is that right?
True.
No? No, you talking about like Arian Foster and Andre Johnson?
Yeah, 2012 through like 18. They were like
talking about Matt Schwab, or was that before? Was Matt Schwab before that?
Matt Schaub. No, it was the Matt Schaub era.
Oh gosh.
The Matt Schaub era.
Dude, he was a good quarterback.
He was, yeah. He was
a
good quarterback.
Like I always try to keep in mind, like I feel like I can't really talk shit about any team because I'm a Lions fan, you know? Like I have no merit. Any team in the NFL, besides like maybe a couple, can immediately shut me down, you know? To be like, okay, Lions fan, like, you know, when's the last time you guys won even a fucking playoff game?
Yeah, it's nice,
like it's done right there.
Yeah.
You know? So I try not to talk shit too much, but Texans are definitely one of those teams where I'm like, I like hear about them every week or occasionally watch their games, you know, and it's like, God, these guys are terrible.
They're just not there. They're not terrible. If you want, I have to watch those fucking games. So like, they're not terrible. They're just like not there. Defense is not there. They have like no good linemen. They're just not there.
What's their like average point margin right now? They got to be like losing every game by like 7+ every game, right?
No. Probably look that up.
They lost by 10 this week.
Yeah, they lost by 10. They tied, and what's their other loss?
They lost by 3. Is
that equal, or are we missing a game?
Yeah, you're missing a game.
What's the other one? How much they lose by?
7. 7.
So 7, 10, and 3. I don't know.
Yeah,
bro.
So like average
it's
about
like
a touchdown. Yeah, something like that. So you lost to the Broncos. It's not great, but
I feel like if you're like a 4-point dog in the NFL, right, you're probably a pretty like considered bad team, right?
Yeah, I mean they're not great, but I mean, I don't think they're like the worst team. I just don't.
True. That's fair. One other segment I kind of want to do here, and I want to do this not every week, but kind of take everybody's temperature pulse, if you will. And you probably heard it coined a little bit, and I don't know what else to call it, but kind of like way too early predictions, right? So we're going to kind of call our shots a little bit here, kind of a soft call, but I just want a simple yes or no. We can kind of speed do this a little bit here, but I'm going to name, I believe I have 6 teams, 3 AFC, 3 NFC. And these are teams that I think could go either way, making the playoffs. So I want a yes or no if this team will make the playoffs. All right. You guys everybody understand?
Yep.
All right, Ryan, we're going to start with you. AFC. I almost said San Diego. LA Chargers. 2-2 on the season. Not looking bad, but not looking great. Playoff, yes or no?
Yes.
Playoffs, yes. Ben?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Anybody want to like throw like a quick reason why?
No.
I can give you the Raiders suck, the Broncos suck. Those are my reasons.
You think
Justin
that
Herbert's good, so
There you go.
okay. All right. Go NFC now. San Francisco 49ers. Obviously, we talked about a little bit. Big win against the Rams here, 2-2 in the year. Jimmy Garoppolo coming in, looking all right, running the ball well. Do the 49ers make the playoffs this year? Ben?
If they run the ball like this, then yeah. I have them in NFC Championship again.
Wow. Ryan, you on the same page with that, or you?
Yeah, I mean their defense is super good. I mean,
Yeah, they're a good team.
Yeah, they're just a good team.
They have a good, consistent quarterback now, and I think the Debo's going to get the ball a lot.
Who's the NFC, really? You know, it's like the Eagles.
Eagles.
Like, what are we talking about? You know what I mean?
That's
like,
why I didn't say Super Bowl.
Other,
I wouldn't say Super Bowl because the Eagles keep playing well, and the Vikings come through.
Okay.
A couple teams, but I mean, I'm not scared of the Packers. I'm not scared of like the Rams. They just like beat them, so I don't know.
Okay.
Eagles, right? And the Cowboys, just kidding.
Heyo, and the Lions gonna make a rally second half. So, anyways, Bengals is the next team. AFC. Do the Bengals 2-2 like the Chargers? Super Bowl last year, lost it, coming back, looking rough. Couple games, looking good. Couple games. Who knows? Tough schedule rest of the way. Ryan, I'm gonna kick it to you on this one. Bengals. Do they make the playoffs? Yes or no?
So I actually said no. I don't think they do. Which I like the Bengals, so that's kind of sucks. But
I'm kind of on that train too.
They got the Super Bowl hangover a little bit. I hope they make the playoffs like Joe Burrow, but I could see them having like a down year. You know, kind of snapping back to reality a little bit. But yeah, I could see them barely missing.
Ben, thoughts?
Yeah, battle for second in the AFC West or North or whatever. North. AFC North.
Okay. All right. So, I guess I should say mine real quick too. I never said mine.
I was wondering.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say Chargers, yes. 49ers, yes. Bengals, no. I'm with you guys on so far.
Yeah. So we're pretty in unison so far.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So next NFC, Cardinals. This one's kind of a weird one, bro. And I was trying to think of one that would make you guys think a little bit. So Arizona Cardinals, 2-2 on the year, making some things happen. Kyler Magic a little bit here. Looking good. 2-2 on the year. Like you guys kind of mentioned, I don't know if that division's anything too crazy. Do the Cardinals 49ers, true. But 49ers are only 2-2 as well. So yeah. Ben, do the Cardinals make the playoffs this year?
No.
Like hard no.
Hard no.
Wow. Okay. All right. I thought that'd make you think a little bit, but maybe not.
Not really, no. Sorry.
Ryan?
No.
Dude, okay. You guys aren't Cardinals believers, bro.
MW2's coming out. Kyler's going to be on the sticks.
That's true. I didn't think about that, bro.
Yeah,
Mono for two.
I'm going to be watching the tape. Blowing it again.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna go.
My
just
thumbs are sore.
just because, just kind of go against the grain here. I'm actually kind of. I'll say yeah. They showed me some things that make me like early on, way too early prediction. They showed me a couple things where I think they can sneak in. So, so we'll do one more NFC while we're there, and then we'll kick to AFC. Just
real quick.
them.
JJ Watt's heart stopped.
He tweeted. He tweeted and said it wasn't a big deal.
He was crying after the game. Dude, that guy. No, listen.
Now, what's his tweet? Ryan, can you pull that up?
Yeah, I got it.
Right. Yeah, it pretty basic tweet. He said he tweeted about it, and he really kind of downplayed the situation. I believe it was something along the lines of like, guys, it's not that big of a deal. I just had my heart like rhythm reset.
Yeah, I pretty much said I was just told somebody's going to leak some personal information. It's going to be reported on today. I went into AFib on Wednesday, had my heart shocked back into rhythm on Thursday, and I'm playing today. That's it. That's the personal information, essentially.
Yeah, when I read it,
there was something else.
When I read it, it was a little. When you read it, it had a different tone in my head. So
he died. He died for a second,
that sounded a little sketchy. I'm not gonna lie. When you read that,
he died, bro. JJ needs to stop playing football. Probably stop working out and juicing, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, let's get through this. So,
JJ 90 Watts into his heart, right? Get him back on.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. All right, shout out TJ Watt though. Anyways,
90 might be too much. Don't do it.
I'm not a doctor.
God damn it. All right, last NFC team. I'm gonna kick it with you, Ryan. This one's another kind of weird one. Okay.
Okay. And I don't think it is.
You don't think so? It's a flat no. I know it's a no. Okay, Atlanta Falcons.
No.
Okay, hear me out though.
Okay, I'm listening. Sell me on this.
Okay. Besides the Buccaneers, which seem to be in shambles a little bit here, who else wins that division?
The Saints.
No, really? You think that clear?
I don't think it's that clear. I don't think anything about that division's clear.
That's why I threw him in there. It's dude, way too early. I don't know, man.
Maybe if like Desmond Ritter comes in and like
Cordell Patterson's looking good.
He's hurt. It's like
he got hurt. That's a bummer.
Put him on IR.
Kyle Pitts.
They put him on IR? No, it was that bad.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, bro. Never mind. They're chalked.
They're chalked.
They're chalked, bro.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
let's get Ritter in there and see what you got.
They're not chalked though. That's the thing. Like literally,
I think their team's okay. I just don't think they're gonna have to win that division for sure.
I think they'll get second. You know what I mean? Unless the Panthers can turn it around, but the Saints are the worst team.
I think the Saints are the worst.
The worst team in the absolute league, bro. And they have the number one pick. They're gonna have the number one pick, and they're gonna give it to the Eagles.
They said they're starting Dalton this week or something, right? Or he might like play, or they might turn it to him early or something.
He played last game.
Did they? Okay.
He played the whole game, and they lost.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. When I was kind of like looking and I'm like going over, like, because I typically my process breaking down, because obviously I can't watch every game. It's not feasible. And highlights don't do things justice, you know? So like there's a couple things like I like to like use like beat writers. Like usually beat writers for each team will give you a quick summary of like the pulse, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Can I ask something to Ben real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Ben, do you like the Vikings?
Listen.
You think the Vikings are like a top 4 or 5 NFC team?
I think that 4 or 5 is fair.
The Saints lost to them by 3 without Jameis, without Kamara, and without Michael Thomas. I feel like the Saints aren't that bad. I don't think they're great, but I don't think they're that bad, right? I don't know. Well, you can go. Sorry, I was just curious. I was just thinking about that with you guys talking about.
Bro, I got
like,
Kamara.
They don't have any of their players.
I have Kamara and MT in like 2 fantasy leagues. I'm definitely.
I just don't see. When are they supposed to come back?
I think Kamara was like a late scratch. I think he's gonna play this week.
They should all be back next week, based on what I'm seeing.
Who they play?
Who do they play? I thought I had it on
Seattle,
here.
so
yeah, play Seattle. I think they win.
They just beat
maybe. Maybe. If not, the Texans are the worst team in the league because I thought the Saints were the worst.
Okay, so to get back on track here, real quick, Ryan, you said no Falcons. Ben, you said no Falcons.
I said yes, Falcons. Oh wait, yes? No Falcons, not to the playoffs. No.
Okay, all right. I kind of agree too. I'm gonna say no, but I thought they were kind of interesting topic to talk about.
They aren't that bad.
I kind of that's why I threw them in there. So last team, AFC. Ben, I'm gonna kick it to you here. Miami Dolphins. Obviously 3-1 here, but Tua, we talked about earlier, not good. Do you think they rally? Do they rally, or
I think Teddy Gloves is not too far of a drop off?
Do you think they make the playoffs?
I think that they could. I mean, they got a good start. I mean, even if he goes 9 and whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like,
I wonder what the percentage
is. Their team's good, man. I think their team is pretty good.
Yeah, I would agree. Ryan, do you think Miami Dolphins make the playoffs? 3-1 right now. Tua banged up. Did they get it done? Teddy Two Gloves. Tyreek.
So originally I wrote no, and the more I think about it, I do like their coach. We talked about this last week, but I do think they make it. But I don't know. It's just one of those things where they got this bad cloud over the team right now with all this concussion stuff. So I could see their team just kind of collapsing a little.
Like folding. But yeah,
they got a good start, like Ben said. Even if you lose the next 2 games, you do 3-3, and then your 2 is hopefully coming back, and then you're.
Yeah. I will say one thing that I'll throw out there, and I think you guys might agree with this. I think their defense is what makes them like a little bit different. Where I think they can like hold their own and like still win, like 10. Like they can make it to 10 wins. You're already at 3. You know. You just need your offense to like hold up, make some plays. You can win some 24-20 games. You can win, 21, 14, whatever, you can win those games. So I kind of agree. I think they actually do make it, and I think they scoot in. So kind of on the same note, so that's a quick, way too early predictions. Within that kind of umbrella here, and it kind of goes in with playoffs, essentially, yes or no. I'm going to ask who takes the division. So I'm going to give you guys both one division each. Or wait, I mean, you guys are going to answer both, but we have an AFC division and an NFC division. So we'll start with the NFC. I want who takes the division. NFC East. Eagles are 4-0, Cowboys 3-1, Giants 3-1, and of course the Commanders trailing 1-3. But Ryan, I think I know your answer here, but I'll ask you anyways. Who takes NFC East?
Dude, I want to say the Cowboys so bad, but I think this is just one of those years the Eagles win. I think the Cowboys still make it. I think they're a wild card team, hopefully. But I do think the Eagles win this division, which sucks, but it is what it is.
And you agree?
I mean, I don't know, man. Something about the Eagles makes you
I feel like they're gonna blow it, right?
Streak. Yeah,
I feel like they're gonna blow it eventually.
They're gonna be like 5-8 on the season at one point. You know what I mean? Everybody's gonna be like, "What the fuck happened?"
Yeah, like the Eagles started 4-0, and they've been like, I don't know, like 4-9
since. Them like Super Bowl champs.
Yeah, they're like easy the NFC Championship. They're in, lock it in. I'm like, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's. I mean, my only concern with the Eagles, I guess, would be they haven't really. I mean, who did they play this last week? Jacksonville. The week prior,
which I thought was a good matchup.
Jacksonville played the whole division. Well. They're 3-0 in the conference.
They played
everybody in Jacksonville.
Smoked Washington. They
beat the Cowboys.
They beat everybody. They're 4-0.
Well, but I will say the Cowboys yet is what I'm saying.
Who did they play twice then?
They played the Lions.
Oh, that's conference division.
Lions lost to them, which the Lions gave them a fight. They gave them a fight. Shot
Minnesota,
Lions.
Which Minnesota's looked all right. So it's like
same thing.
I don't know.
Yep. Jacksonville played them kind of hard. Jacksonville's like still kind of like a dog, I think, a little bit.
Dude, we all like Jacksonville in that game, or at least to cover, and they got up 14-0. I was so happy.
Dude, I'm so hyped too.
Dude,
I know, dude.
I was like, dude, we called it. Look at us go.
I know, bro. I know. I didn't want to bring it up, bro. I didn't want to bring it up.
Didn't even cover.
And they might have covered. I don't remember what the line was, but
we have some other lines that I want to throw out here. We'll kind of get to that, but so one other division here. So I got Eagles, and then Ben, you say Eagles too?
Yeah.
Or you said, I don't know. What did you say?
Listen, man, if I have to go with my gut, I said the Eagles choke, and I said the Cowboys probably back into it. I wouldn't say back into it. That's rough. They probably do well. I mean, if they're playing well, they win next week. And
so your pick. I want your pick. Cowboys.
I would say Cowboys, yeah, with my gut.
Okay.
I like that.
I'm going to pick Cowboys too.
Oh, I'm the only one who didn't pick the Cowboys.
I'm going to pick the Cowboys.
There you go. Yeah. Stand strong.
I want nothing more. I talked about this earlier. I would love nothing more than the Giants stack should be good this year. That'd be sick. Like Daniel Jones ball out. Like Richie James gets like fucking MVP, Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, I don't hate the Giants. Like even as a Cowboys, I'm not like a Cowboys fan where I like hate the other people in the division. I guess I'm
just the
not
Eagles.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Eagles.
I feel like if you're a Cowboys fan, you hate the Eagles.
Yeah, like the Commanders, I'm like, all right, it's whatever.
They're figuring it out. They're new.
I feel like that's how the Lions are with everybody else. Everyone's like Cowboy or Packers fans are like, yeah, it's just the Lions, you know?
Yeah. Oh, it's sad.
It's sad. I'm depressed.
I'm immediately depressed.
Immediately. All right, so AFC. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys one division here. This one's interesting. I think personally, always been a really, really tough division. AFC North. Okay. You have all teams are 2-2. All teams have had their woes. All teams have had moments where they've played pretty well, except for the Steelers. I believe they're 1-3. Who takes that division, AFC North? I'm going to start with you, Ben. Who do you think comes away with the AFC North early on here? You need me to read the AFC?
Games? There's like 17. There's 17 games.
There's 17 games.
Let's say they win like 6 more games. Right?
Who is they?
The Browns.
Okay. Yeah, your head's where I'm at. Their schedule's so tough because I wanted to go with the Browns too. They play the Chargers, the Patriots.
I don't think the Browns do it.
They're going to beat the Patriots.
I think the Ravens do it,
they
bro.
Can beat them. They can beat the Chargers. They can beat the Dolphins. The Bills will probably lose too. The Bucks will probably beat because the Bucks aren't very good. Tom Brady's getting a divorce.
I'm just gonna throw mine out there. Mine's the Ravens.
All I'm saying is, Deshaun comes back, like after their bye week
against the Texans.
He's gonna ball out that game,
and he's gonna throw for 10 touchdowns, and it's gonna be insane. And
one for every girl, am I right?
And they're not gonna lose.
No, dude.
Sorry,
no.
They're not gonna lose, bro.
No.
Like that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna just kill it.
The internet.
No, that's fine. He got found guilty, right?
If they can win enough games that he has to just come in and win a couple, like I think the Browns can definitely do it. Because I think that the Ravens, I think that Lamar Jackson's gonna play himself to death.
Okay. Remember, keep in mind, everybody said yes on the Bengals making, right?
No, we all said no.
Oh, we all said no. Okay,
I definitely said no. I said battle for second.
I thought you guys both said yes. Sorry.
I think the idea behind it is the Ravens win, right?
I think the Ravens. That's what I think.
I'd love to say the Browns or the Bengals, but I do think the Ravens win this division.
Okay, that's where I'm at too.
Unless Lamar gets hurt, like Ben's kind of alluding to.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Too.
I kind of like. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that. I almost said something really bad. Well, all I'm gonna say is I hope.
Did you remind me of have you guys seen the Russell Wilson commercial? Or the Subway thing?
I don't know.
Oh, you guys haven't seen that. You guys have to watch that. But he's just like, it's a Subway commercial, and he's like promoting his new sandwich, and he's like, "Have you ever done anything dangerous?" And he pauses, and it's super awkward because it's just him in a room, and he's talking to you, and he's like, "I've done something dangerous," And then he goes to tell you the story. He's like, I can't tell you that. And that just sort of reminds me of stuff. You guys have to watch.
No,
Sure.
I think I was going to say something that's like not politically correct and I could be like quote unquote canceled for.
Yeah, please don't do that.
And so like,
I'm already telling the line.
So like when my intention of it, like I obviously don't mean it in a bad way, you know, but like you gotta be careful. So my brain, like the filter, like caught it. But all I'm gonna say is I think where the summary of that is I hope the Lions somehow end up with Lamar Jackson next year. That'd be sick.
Not injured.
Not injured. Okay, so we got those out of the way. I think that gives us like a couple good preview week 4, what happened. Picked a little, had a little fun, picked a little predictions here, but I do want to cover week 5 games real quick. Then we're going to cover sports betting, fantasy, and then we have a kind of a new end segment here that I thought would be kind of interesting. So week 5, Thursday night game, kind of a snooze fest, but I like these type of games. I love these games because you really get to see two teams that have really nothing to lose. You have the Denver Broncos 2-2 taking on the Indianapolis Colts 1-2-1. Thursday night, October 6th, 8:15, 8:20 Eastern. Should be a game that should be interesting because, like I said, both teams have nothing to lose and a lot to fight for right now. My first comment of the game here that I wrote down was, "What a game, lol." Brian, you hyped for this game, or you kind of like keep one eye on it, probably do something else though?
I will make myself hype with betting on it somehow, but
okay, that's fair.
Yeehaw.
Ryan over 150 passing yards.
Each team is horses, so I like that. I like horses.
What's better, the Bronco? What's the better, Bronco or Colt?
I haven't got there, but it's weird because both these teams were supposed to be good. They both got like new QBs, and they were both supposed to be good. And here we are, not wanting to watch this game.
True.
Yeah, but Matt Ryan's not good. So what are we talking about?
We talk. Or we talk
about himself than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it quite a bit, and I don't want to throw you guys in my pool too much in case we ever get hate randomly. But Colts fans, I mean, we talk about it quite a bit. I'm gonna be honest. I think you guys. You know, I'm gonna go straight to my prediction. I think you guys get waxed this game. I think Russ comes in to Indianapolis. I think he kind of shuts all the haters up.
Yeah, they're a bad team, man.
I think he throws for like, I want to say 4 touchdowns, but I'm gonna say 3. I think he throws 3 touchdowns to win the game. I don't know, 35. I don't know. I'll give him 24 or something. 35-20, something like that. That's what I think is going to happen. But so one of my comments, Russ has to step it up. So obviously a kind of spoiler. I think he does it. Do you guys kind of agree with that? Ben, you kind of said she seemed 100%. To. Ryan, you think I'm kind of crazy here?
He played good last week. I don't know, man. I feel like I think we're gonna get a weird game where the Colts win this game. I know you guys both were pretty
okay.
Galloping with the Broncos.
Galloping.
Oh, I like that, bro. I like that insert, bro.
But it's also never mind. I'm not gonna say that yet.
What
was that? Was that Subway commercial guy?
Okay. But yeah, I like the Colts in this one. Actually, I think it's gonna be a close game, but I think they win this one.
Okay. Ben,
what's up?
You said Broncos, right?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah,
like pretty much exactly how you.
Okay.
You said, yeah.
Okay.
Just want to.
You guys are calling for a blowout. I like.
Yeah.
Who are they throwing? Are they going to run the ball to themselves? What are they? Is Russ running the ball? Who's running?
One of the best defenses in the league, man.
I just said Russ throws for 3 touchdowns, bro.
You can't be like
throws for 2
Russell
early.
Wilson's like. He just has to. They have to just figure it out. He can play quarterback. You know what I mean? Like,
okay,
their defense is literally top 5 in the NFL. Colts have no chance.
All right. All right. So that kind of breaks down Thursday night. I do want to get into the sports betting segment here. You guys know how it is. We each kind of go through 2 games. I'll start it off. New York Giants going on the road. Green Bay Packers. As Tuesday, when we're recording this, Giants are 8-point underdog, meaning that they get 8 points going on the road. I'm going to be honest with you. I think that the +8, I would take that. But I'm going to be honest, boys. I'm buying in. I'm taking the Giants money line +295 on this, bro. I think the Giants get it done on the fucking road. That's my bold pick of the week. Okay?
That is bold.
That's bold. I like it.
Bold pick of the week. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Ryan, give me a game.
So the game I'm gonna give you a weird one. I usually have been just picking the games, but I'm gonna give you an under. I like the
over unders. Okay.
Yeah. The under for the Jets game against the Dolphins. 44. I don't know. Just
You're gonna take the under on that.
Yeah, I think it's a low line, but I do feel like for some reason this is just gonna be a low scoring game. I don't know. Unless there's like some defensive touchdowns, I don't think either offense is like crazy. I don't know about Teddy Two Gloves. I know you like him, Ben, but I like Teddy too. But
I mean, he's a decent quarterback, you know.
Yeah, I could see this being one of those games where they just kind of run the ball and the game just goes really quick. That's kind of what I'm thinking might happen, but who knows? But I do like the under in this one. I think we're going to be surprised.
I like that bet. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I was trying to pick over-unders are tough, but I wanted to pick one this week, and I wanted to pick a game that I thought is gonna be the under. Yeah,
that's fair. That's fair. Ben, what's your game?
I would bet on the Lions.
Oh gosh,
+120 on the money line. Yeah.
Ooh, the money line. So you take the Lions outright versus the Patriots?
Yeah. I think that they're going to come back this week. They've been scoring so many points. And
a ton of points, bro. Tons.
And like the Patriots are playing their backup quarterback, third string quarterback. Like,
yeah, because Hoyer went down, right?
This is the week they come back. Yeah. Old Axel Hoyer. Yeah.
Fucking Bailey Zappi stepping in.
I mean, Bailey Zappi's a good quarterback. I'm a big Bailey Zappi guy.
I know. Dude, we were like mid playing a game. I forgot what we were playing. And all of a sudden, Ben goes, dude, Zappi's in. He was so excited, bro.
Dude, he's a good quarterback. He's not that good. So I think the Lions will win that game.
Fair. That's fair. I like that. What was the odds on that? Plus what?
120.
So we're not even like, okay. That's not even that bad.
No.
Okay. So my second game, another kind of crazy line here. Pittsburgh Steelers versus Buffalo. Right now, Steelers are getting 2 touchdowns to start that game. They're starting that game 14-0, boys. I'm going to take the Steelers. I feel like 14 points in the NFL is insane. I could eat my words and it could be like a 40-10 game.
Yeah, man. That's what it looks like.
Very possible. Don't get me wrong. I know it's risky, but hear me out. I think Kenny Pickett settles down a little bit. I think the game, like Ryan, I think you said something that I really agree with. I think a week of prep with Kenny Pickett and getting him like, here's what we're going to do. Here's like our system. Here's the plays we're going to rock. They're going to pre-plan, I'm sure, up to probably at least 30 plays. Probably the first 4 drives are probably going to be all planned, pre-planned. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think they're going to put Kenny Pickett in a situation to succeed. And especially if he succeeds early, I think that game turns and becomes a matchup. And I think they cover the 14-point spread. So yeah, I'm going to take the Steelers +14. So both big lines for me this week. Ben, you got a second game?
Man.
No? You want me to kick
it Ryan? I was like, I don't know. Hey, kick it to Ryan.
Ryan?
I can change my mind.
Give me a game.
Eagles. I think they're gonna cover. It's 5.5 against the not the Cardinals. Yeah, the Cardinals. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm getting my birds mixed up. My bad. I think they're gonna cover. I mean, it's like -108. It's not craziest odds, but I do think they cover 5.5. I don't know what's going on with the Cardinals, but they haven't looked very good. and I just think the Eagles have looked pretty good, and Eagles defense is really good, and they're going to get
Yeah,
ahead. I think Kyler's going to make some mistakes.
That was one of mine. I almost took the Cardinals minus 5.5 or plus 5.5.
It's one of those where you're looking at it, you kind of do, but then just remember, I don't know. When I think about the Eagles
offense is good, yeah.
And it's the Cardinals.
It's the Cardinals.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I mean, but I could also see that game being like kind of weird and Kyler having a good game. But I think the Eagles get up early, and I think Kyler makes some mistakes trying to catch up.
Okay. All right, Ben, you got a second game prepared? Any game you're feeling?
Listen, I don't think that.
You don't have to look up odds, bro. Is there a matchup you like, bro? Something team you've been
the Cleveland Browns than the Chargers, right? Like that's what I was gonna pick.
Okay.
What's the line for that game? I'm not sure off the top of my head.
It's got to be Chargers, probably minus
165.
Or how many points?
How many
probably
points?
Probably got to be
like
3.
That's what I don't think. Yeah.
The game's at the Browns, I'm assuming then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Browns might win this game.
I could see that being an upset for sure.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think.
Yeah.
But
and there's like a thing on the side over here, and it shows like what everybody's betting on. They're betting on the Chargers. I think the Browns could win that game.
Okay.
Little dog pound action.
Little dog.
You like the Browns?
Dogs,
you're a little Browns fan.
I just like people just like don't know what's coming. Deshaun Watson's so good at football. It's a shame he's such a creep because he's like really good at playing.
God
football.
Damn it, bro!
And it's like not good. He's gonna play for the Browns, and they have a good team.
He shot Josh Gordon out. G.
People just don't really realize it yet because he played for the Texans. It's like what I said about Matthew Stafford. I mean, I'm not the only one that sees it, but like, get him on a better team. It's a whole different thing.
I think you can say that about a lot of people.
Yeah.
Honestly. But I do want to keep it going here a little bit. So that's kind of the sports betting segment. I do want to kick it over to fantasy football. We're going to change it up and probably we'll see how this goes going forward. I kind of want to start like a start 'em, sit 'em. I feel like kind of having 2 players each to play, and they both couldn't be prominent people. Kind of hard to dig down the well that much, especially we all don't want to have the same pick, you know. So I feel like it's easy to go start sit 'em. I did personally, both my picks I feel like aren't super duper obvious, but maybe a little bit. But I'll start with my first start of the week. I think Ramondre Stevenson going into Detroit, bro. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm a Detroit fan. I think this dude's going to rumble and stumble and score 2 touchdowns against us, bro. I think the Lions still might get it done. For sure. But I think he has a good game early on, especially. I think first half he has a good half, and then second half he kind of quiets down, but I think it'll be enough points where it's worth the start. So that's my start of the week.
He catches a lot of balls too, so we gotta hope the Lions start scoring, and then he's got to catch some balls.
A lot of check downs, true. Yeah, that's another good point. So that's kind of my not super off the wall, but I think could be a lot of value. Ryan, you got a start of the week?
Yeah, so actually last week we Ramondre was my kind of random guy to pick up or whatnot, so or to play.
Yep.
Just thought that. But yeah, so my start is player that's on my own fantasy team. So it's Chris Godwin. So
ooh, okay.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah, so he's back.
He's back.
He had 10 targets last week. He didn't have like a crazy game, but he had like a lot. He was super involved. I think Brady got hit more than he wants to, and I think they're going to try to get the ball out quicker, and it's going to go to Godwin. I mean,
I think to your point, I heard his name a lot during the broadcast. You heard Godwin a lot, even if he wasn't like making a lot of plays and a lot of catches. You heard his name a lot.
Yeah, he was getting open too. I saw a video on Twitter, and it was like all of his routes, and he was like, you could tell he's actually.
I love those
Mike
videos.
Evans, but Chris Godwin, 10 targets. I think Brady's got a lot going on. So I think he's going to come out here and just play football. And hopefully they have a really easy schedule coming up too. So I think that's good. And then obviously I think this week, I think they have they're playing against Atlanta this week. So I think he has a good game for sure this week.
Yeah.
Get Brady back on track.
I will say I do like, I know me and you both, Ryan, on Twitter. There's a lot of Twitter accounts. Shout out to those people that do those work, but they will do that. They'll do like every Amon-Ra St. Brown route.
Yeah.
That game. And it'll be like a minute half video. Because it's only, or not like, maybe not a minute and a half, but some, clips. But they'll like have a video of like all his routes and they'll show like even when he's not getting the ball, like you can see the separation they're getting and their moves and their footwork and their handwork and and I agree. Godwin's a dog, bro. He's a dog.
He's good. He's really good.
He's good in college too, man.
Yeah, he is.
Obviously.
Really good.
Obviously. All right, Ben, you got a stardom player?
Yeah. Also on my fantasy team, Devontae Parker. I'm actually starting him this week.
Let's go, Devontae Parker, huh?
He scored 20 points.
Dude,
against
we're both down the line,
Baltimore.
bro. We got blown out by the Seahawks, but not really, but we did.
You guys watched the game, huh?
Yeah, it was brutal, bro.
He plays a lot of snaps. He's out there a lot. I mean, he catches what he can. He had the one big game, but he caught a touchdown last week. I don't know. Lions aren't very good, man.
He seems to be like, I feel like somehow, like when Bailey Zappi was in, dude, Bailey Zappi especially, I feel like he was like staring him down.
He could throw the deep ball too. Like, he might throw a lot of jump balls.
He was like a tunnel. He was like, "Where's Devontae?" He was like just going, and then if like Devontae wasn't open, he would check it.
Yeah, I just think that's an easy matchup kind of thing, especially if he's been catching the ball and playing well. He scored last week.
That's fair.
Good play.
All right. So I'll actually go last on this one. Ryan, you want to take the first sit-em of the week?
Yeah, so this one's really easy.
Really easy, you said. Okay, yeah. I'm interested.
So this player's actually on Ben's fantasy team.
Ooh, Ben, make sure you listen, bro.
Who it is, Ben, but it's a running back. It is Antonio Gibson.
Well, he's in my starting lineup, so let's
Yikes.
So I think you should take him out. But I think if you look, his snap share has went down literally every game. I was looking at something; it was like going down 10% every game.
Who's he sharing with again?
That's the problem. It's J.D. McKissick, right? So
McKissick,
why
that's
is he
who it is.
Snaps to J.D. McKissick, and then Robinson, the dude who was shot like 4 weeks ago, he's playing. He's playing this week. So I think
Yikes,
you're gonna see. I like Antonio Gibson, but I don't know why that team doesn't like him. Like he's always looked all right. So, but I think he just has a bad.
Good enough for me. I just wish Swift was playing. Is he going to be back?
No. Probably not till after the bye.
About Brown.
Him and Amon-Ra.
That's tough.
They probably both won't be back until the bye week, which is
Jameson coming back. Sorry, it's off topic kind
of. Need some sort of
probably not sleeper. Until like way
before
late.
Thanksgiving.
No, but you gotta pick a sleeper that's on my team.
No, I think Jameson Williams comes back like late if we're contending. I think if not, they rest him this year. I don't think they play him this year.
Yeah.
We're not. Jameson Williams.
Oh yeah, probably.
Sorry,
if it's like week 13 and we're like not good, I think they just like call it.
Yeah.
I don't think they try to play him.
At least get some snaps in, but I do see what you're saying. Like if you're out of it, then why even risk it? But
there's no point.
To get that game experience is probably good.
Yeah, unless he's like back and he wants to play.
Don't you think that would make him even more hungrier? Like not giving him that taste.
It might frustrate him and then not be worth it.
No, dude, he seems like a good guy, bro. He's.
Yeah, I don't know. He played at Alabama, right?
Bro,
so, I mean,
was
he's already playing against the best people.
Bro, who was the Alabama receiver that snatched the cell phone from his girl during the draft?
CeeDee Lamb.
Was that CeeDee Lamb?
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb did do that. I don't know if that. Did he go to Alabama?
No, I thought it was an Alabama receiver.
No,
I didn't know it was CeeDee Lamb.
It was the top 5 video of all time.
Yeah, where she like sneak grabs his phone and he just like, dude, oh my god, I've been there. Anyways, all All right, so Ryan, we got your sit 'em.
Yeah.
Ben, you got to sit 'em this week.
Fuck. It's definitely Kyle Pitts, bro. Also, my fantasy team. Sorry to keep doing this to you.
Okay.
Kyle Pitts has been terrible this year. Huge letdown.
Just like stop playing, stop trying.
Just stop. He's caught like 2 balls the last 5 games. He plays every snap. All he does is.
Yeah, I do kind of agree with that. I feel like
they don't have a quarterback, so like maybe he'll have like a breakout game. You didn't start him. But
I feel like Mariota and him should like link up a bunch, bro. I don't know why they don't.
Mariota freaks out and can't throw the ball. There's always been something about that guy. He like says hike and just panics.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's hike and panics.
Yeah, like he literally and then starts to like look to run immediately every time. Mariota's been the same every time.
No, I mean, I agree. Can I ask you a question real quick?
Go.
All right, Kyle Pitts or Zach Ertz this week? Trying to get like an idea of how bad Kyle Pitts is.
I mean, is Zach Ertz playing all right? I'm literally playing Goddard over him. Goddard's playing well.
He was the next guy I was going to ask. So you'd play Goddard over him.
I literally am doing it.
I'd probably play Goddard over Pitts this week for sure. Because I think I agree.
Like
I kind of agree.
Tyler Higbee. Would you play Higbee over Pitts?
Ooh. Yo, Higbee's got a good matchup this week, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody who's catching the ball, like literally.
Pretty long time.
Like you literally just have to get the guy.
Pretty much benching anybody but Pitts, yeah.
All right.
Like it's not Pitts' fault. He's a great player, but they don't throw him the ball, so you just don't start him anymore because all he does is block.
Yeah.
He's turned into a real Dan Campbell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, God. Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. So, anyways, the last one here, my sit-em. I'm gonna go with Deontay Johnson, Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay. And here's my reason. I try not to overreact, but last week he only had 4 targets overall. I think especially when Pickett was playing, my man, it was a ghost town, bro. They do not want Kenny Pickett, like you kind of mentioned earlier when I was like, hey, was he having good throws, Ryan? Remember that conversation?
Yeah.
They don't want to unleash him like that. And I think this week, Kenny Pickett, like I kind of mentioned, I think their first 25 plays, their first 3-4 drives are all planned. And I don't think Deontay Johnson is a big part of those plans. So I would say if you've been kind of playing him and relying on him, probably not this week. My other one, too, I'll just throw out there, I won't explain it, but DJ Moore. Don't play DJ Moore. There you go. All right, so that wraps up week 5 and almost to the conclusion of the show. One final segment that I want to kind of do quickly here, and this is kind of teasing. And I talk about this quite a bit, I do want to do a college football show eventually, maybe kind of one-off live stream college football edition show. I got to catch Ben and maybe Ryan on a Saturday morning that they'd be willing to do it, but I think this would be kind of a good intro here and early on, and we'll check in kind of different points of the season here, kind of talking about it, because although this is an NFL show or NFL based show, I think college players and college teams and what's going on in college, very important, because a lot of those players obviously are the people we're going to be talking about next year, and the year after that, and the year after that. So I do want to talk about one key player. We're just going to each have one player that we're kind of keeping our eye on for the NFL draft. Not even necessarily to be like a top player, but necessarily just a college player that you think can be a dog. All right. And I'm going to start it. And the reason I'm going to pick this, and this is close to my heart, obviously, I'm going to go with Blake Corum, running back from Michigan. This dude is a workhorse, bro. And I think he's going to go to the NFL, and I think he's going to make a team proud. I really do, man. You guys agree with that, or am I just like a Michigan homer?
Who was that guy? Ahmad Bradshaw.
Ahmad Bradshaw for the Colts and the Giants.
The Giants, right?
For the Colts and the Giants, yeah.
He was like number 44.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I see. I mean, he's like a very good running back. He's very dependable. He's a good running back. Yeah, I think he will be good. Curious who's going to get him.
I feel like he's I think he's gonna like obviously bulk up a tiny bit more going in the NFL when that comes. He's quick. He can catch the ball. He's not afraid to pass block. He can run it like a pro type scheme. I think he could fit in with a lot of teams. I don't think he'll be like a number one bell cow because we talked about that. Most teams run stable, but I think Blake Corum could fit into almost any team and be a stable running back and produce. So
yeah.
That's what I kind of had my eyes on early on. Blake Corum, obviously watch him a lot being a Michigan fan, but that's who I have my eye on. We'll be, kind of keep an eye on him, especially if he keeps scoring. He has 10 touchdowns already. If he scores another 10 in the next few weeks here, we're talking question mark Heisman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Assuming Michigan keeps winning and playing well. So that's my pick. You guys want to go with Ryan? You want to go with you got a player in mind?
Yeah, so first off, has Michigan ever had a good running back in the NFL? Like an actual like a running back like that you can
Tyrone Wheatley.
I can't really think of any, like personally.
Tyrone Wheatley was good, right? Yeah.
Tyrone Wheatley probably was the last
Mike Hart was trash.
I was gonna say it must have been a while because I don't even know who Tyrone Wheatley is, so that must have been a minute.
Tim Biakabatuka for the Panthers. The Panthers were like 95.
Hell yeah. Biakabatuka, man. I haven't heard that name in a long time.
You like that, bro? That's deep.
Wow, pulled that up. Biakabatuka.
Trying to think. I mean, Chris Evans went recently.
Yeah, Haskins. There's not really. I looked it up. I just thought that was interesting because have always been like a run back. I feel like they've always had like a good running back on their team. It's just weird that they've never really had like anyone that's translated.
Because they don't. Michigan's never like really 100% depended on like that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're very much like
stable,
like the NFL.
They run like 3 and 4 running backs a game.
3-4, run them all, pass their tight ends, like just keep it going.
Many good players too,
like Corum playing as much as he is this year.
That's the big thing, Ryan. That's what you say. Not even trying to be like a Michigan slappy. They just have like a stable of good running backs with like all of 3 of them each year can produce.
Yeah,
like Corum is just his time right now.
Yeah, it's just strange to me because you see like teams like Georgia have like 3 running backs at the same time that are all great, and then they're all great in the NFL. So it's like, I don't know.
That's a different, and I would again love to have a college football show and talk more about this like in deep, but I think, and Ben, we've talked about this kind of off camera, obviously quite a bit too. I mean, all of us have. It's just the SEC, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different breed, bro.
Yeah.
I hate it, but it's a different breed. Big Ten's up there, don't get me wrong. But Georgia and Bama, don't get me wrong. There's like the I don't want to call anybody out. Some of those other schools in the SEC that probably don't belong that get thrown in there. I'm gonna throw Tennessee maybe in there.
Yikes.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Is Kentucky in there?
Kentucky probably.
Vanderbilt still in the SEC?
They never kicked them out.
Oh, dude, no. Is Missouri in there?
Yeah.
Texas A&M, are they in there? Right?
Yep.
I mean, they've been all right, but
yeah, they definitely know. They went at the right time when they were like peaking.
You're talking about with Drew Lock. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Dude, I love Drew Lock. I wish he was good.
Bro, do you see everybody? I saw a video that was like from college where like they were playing Texas and all the Texas people were like making fun of his like celebration or something.
A little Lock thing, yeah.
Yeah, and then he like came out and like just dogged him.
Yeah,
I was like, yo, fuck the Longhorns. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, so my player, I'm
Wait, I thought you already said your player.
No.
Oh shit, sorry. I thought we were on
I
Ben.
definitely haven't. I haven't said anything.
Sorry. All right, go.
It's okay. So I don't watch a ton of college football, but I do play in a Devy league, which is like you have to like look at players.
Draft a college player. Yeah.
So someone that I really had a huge year last year, and has looked all right this year. Probably don't see a ton of his games because he plays for UNC, so probably not seeing him a ton.
I knew you were about to say.
Is Josh Downs,
the
wide receiver. So he had a crazy year last year. He was like 5th in college football for receptions. He had 101 catches for 1,335 yards and 8 touchdowns. Already has 4 touchdowns this year too, which not 10 touchdowns like Corum, but I mean for a receiver, doesn't have a ton of catches.
Michigan's just feeding him at this point, bro.
Yeah, they're like me and Eli Mitchell and Matt.
Yeah, they're trying to feed him.
Yeah, so he's got 22 catches for 230 yards and 4 touchdowns in 3 games. Pretty solid for UNC. They're not like a crazy team, but he looks like good. I wouldn't call him a dog, though. I looked at his picture. Doesn't look like a dog. If you hear this, though, you're a dog, Josh. But yeah, that's my guy.
Imagine he like comments. He's like, "Yo, thanks, bro."
That's my dream, Josh Downs. Let's go.
That sounds like an NFL player too. Like, oh, Josh Downs with the catch. You know,
he's like returning kicks too. He's just an animal.
Like the Seahawks or something.
Yeah, that'd be sick. That's the plan. But he is draft eligible too, so he should come out this next year, which should be cool.
I like that pick. I like it a lot.
Hell yeah.
A lot of hype around that QB too.
Yeah, was his name like Drake or something?
Yeah, a lot of hype around him. Ben, you got a college player you've been keeping your eye on early on here?
Yeah. It's old man Adrian Martinez.
Oh, geez, bro, really?
You guys been watching those games?
Plays
for Kansas State now.
Yeah, I saw one Kansas State game that was on at like 8:30 on like FS1.
He's got 654 passing yards and 3 touchdowns, right? No picks. He's got fucking 9 rushing touchdowns.
Just running the ball.
Dude, hell yeah. This guy's going to play tight end. He can play running back.
Has he played, is this his 3rd team or just his, because he played at like Nebraska?
He played at Nebraska for 14 years.
Literally felt like 14 years.
14 years.
In this Devy league, I remember drafting or him being drafted like 4 years ago. It felt like 3 years
dude
ago.
That's what I'm saying, dude. When I saw I saw like on ESPN on game day one day that Martinez was playing, I was like, there's no shot. And I like googled it on my phone, like laying in bed. I'm like, that's the same motherfucker.
He's like Van Wilder, bro. He's just
he's like still 8th year college, bro. I'm like, all right,
I don't know what the fuck's going on, but yeah, he's still
there.
Man.
Okay,
but I think he's like an athlete. I think he's like really good. Like
develop a lot of development time.
He can if he can learn to catch the ball, which I'm pretty sure he probably can already. I think he can play the NFL.
Maybe like a Taysom Hill type of guy, where he's just
but I think he's faster than that. Like I think he could literally play like receiver or tight end. You know, like big body wide receiver.
Wow. Okay. I like that.
The monster.
I like that.
Or quarterback. Fuck it. You know.
You guys remember? There's two names I'm going to throw out there.
Let him play a game.
Dude, there's 2 people I want to throw out memory bank, and I only know one of the people's names. But one, Jared Zabransky. You guys remember him?
For Boise State?
Boise State.
Yeah.
Remember him? Whatever happened to him? Gosh dang. Tons of college players. But the other guy, I don't know his name. He played for the Giants for a minute. But he played for Kentucky, and he was a quarterback. He's like number 22. He was like 280 pounds. You guys know what I'm talking about? Played for the Giants. I think he had like a drinking problem.
No, he had like a...
He had like a...
Tyler or something?
You know what I'm talking about? He played for Kentucky.
I can look it up for you.
Bigger guy. I remember just like telling like my dad, like, dude, that should be me.
How old were
Jared Lorenzen? Yeah, Jared Lorenzen.
Yeah, that kind of sounds familiar actually, but I didn't think that was a
nickname. He had a nickname.
Can we talk about how when I'm looking up the QBs for the Kentucky Wildcats, first off, Randall Cobb is on here. So that's an issue.
Randall Cobb went to Kentucky?
He apparently was a quarterback his freshman year in 2000.
Yeah, Randall Cobb went to Kentucky. You guys didn't know that?
Oh, bro, really?
He was called the Hefty Lefty, by the way.
Reno Cobb?
No, Jared Lorenzen.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah. He died at RIP, by the way.
He's dead?
Yeah.
That's sad, man. Holy shit.
Life's tough, man.
Not wrong.
Devin's still there?
Yeah, sorry. I was looking something up. I thought you guys were looking something up and you're like looking up his nickname. You were like, what's his nickname? And you were like looking, so I was like trying to look something up too at the same time.
The Hefty Lefty.
Hefty Lefty, okay. Anyways, I did find a NCAA mascot quiz. Maybe on Saturday or one of these Saturdays, if we do a college football show, maybe we'll do a segment where we have to go through and guess the. Maybe we can like joint do it, Ben.
I'm gonna win.
No, we joint do it. So we like try to get 100% together. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna win.
I feel like we could get 100% between us.
100% easy.
I feel like we could honestly name every NCAA. So
I could almost do the fight songs, bro.
Wow. Okay, I
wasn't
gonna go that far, but
you're like, games
you're like playing. You're like, this is Oklahoma.
And you're like, man, yeah, I know these ones. Yeah.
Dude, I can't wait for NCAA for like to come out. I hope it comes on PC and it's good. But that's a different subject. But that is gonna do it for this episode of Quick Slants Football Show. Boys, you guys have any closing statements, or are you guys pretty much good?
Don't do drugs.
Ben cursed the Lions. That's my closing statement.
I like that, but don't.
Not my fault.
Yeah, you said Geno Smith was trash, and then that happened.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll give it a week or so. We'll give it a week or so.
I'm a Lions fan. I'm obviously not right. We
might do like a Lions update segment where like maybe I rant or Ben and I rant or something about the Lions.
Yeah, after they lose.
We'll see.
Immediately after,
just like raw reaction. Just be like, fuck, they lost to the Patriots.
Put it on at the end of the game.
I used to be like that, but not anymore. But anyways, I didn't tweet out. Oh god. I was gonna tweet out that we were live and I didn't. I see the tweet right here, so yikes. I blew it. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. Anybody watching the VOD, be sure to leave a like, hit the bell so you know we're going live. We've been doing some Madden streams. Like I said, we plan to do college stream, yada yada yada. Thanks again, boys. Every Tuesday, 10 p.m. Thanks for guys for watching. And we'll see you guys next week for week 6.